Hello everyone, I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMoviescreens.com and welcome back to my continuing coverage of the 2017 Dallas International Film Festival. This is the 8th film I've seen at the festival so far, and that would be Unrest. Now this one is written and directed by Jennifer Brea, and she is the main focus of this documentary, and this documentary focuses on her condition, which is known as chronic fatigue syndrome, and how it's just been kind of gone throughout history under many different names, and doctors still don't know how to treat this thing. So going into this, I had no idea what this movie was about. I saw the picture, I was like, man, that's a really good shot. I basically just wanted to see this movie because it had a very good image to represent it. I know that sounds stupid, but whatever. But anyways, I watched it. I was completely blown away on many different aspects. And so it is a documentary first and foremost, and Jennifer Brea is the main focus. She has chronic fatigue syndrome. It's one of those kind of conditions where you will experience fatigue and sleep deprivation, depression, achy joints, depression. There's a lot of things that go within this syndrome that I'm not doing justice, and you need to watch the movie for yourself. But this movie kind of brought me to light on this issue because I had no idea this syndrome even existed. So let's get real and break this down because I absolutely love this one. So and let me just say this right now. If you guys want to know what this documentary is kind of like, there was a documentary last year that came out called Gleason, which was about Steve Gleason, who showed us his descent into ALS, where he was healthy and whatnot, and then he slowly loses his immobility his mobility and his speech patterns and stuff. And it was just a really kind of sad film, but also a very kind of heartfelt film to really kind of show you the bright spot in humanity. Even though something brings you down in life, you can always rise above it and work through it. And that's what this film does. Jennifer Brea, who is the main focus, I thought she did a wonderful job. And like I said, documentaries are a little hard to review because you can't review it on acting because it's real life people in the film. And then of course cinematography and stuff, like unless the interview shots are bad, it's not something you judge it on. So you judge it on how was the movie told directing wise and how was it edited and put together. So as far as what the story was behind the directing, Jennifer basically told her story through the camera to really kind of put awareness to this syndrome and how it affects 1 million people across this country, which I had no clue. And really kind of, like I said, puts it on an aware status and go, hey, this exists. Can we please try to get a cure? We're trying to work as hard as we can to try to figure out something, because it's just frustrating to see these people who want to experience life and just can't, because they can't function out of bed. Like if their fatigue sets in, or they start hearing noises that make their brain hurt or whatever, like hear their brain, not hear their brain, but feel their brain swelling or not. It's an agonizing disease to where, like, throughout the documentary they would have people that would make fun of it, be like, oh, chronic fatigue syndrome, haha, I'm a comedian, does that mean you don't want to go to work? It's like, do you really think these people would fake their symptoms to not go to work? Some of these people in the documentary have been in bed for years and decades. Why would you want to seclude yourself like that just because you want to get out? This is stupid. But I'm glad that Jennifer Brea brought this disease to my attention. It was fascinating. It was enthralling. I really liked, like I said, the human aspect about it. I love the fact that she was not this happy-go-lucky trying to be positive all the time. She broke down in front of the camera. She showed us how hard this is to live with. Even her husband in the film showed us how hard it is to live with. However, they still look after each other because they love each other, and it's just, there was something so endearing about that, and so genuine. I love it. And she also takes the movie in many different directions, showing the history of chronic fatigue syndrome, also showing many other people around the country that have it, including a mom whose husband left her because he didn't believe that he or she had anything, to a girl who has had it most of her life, and she was only in her early 20s. So it showed like a wide range of people and how they're dealing with this issue and whatnot. And it's just, and I think what Jennifer Brea also does is really kind of show us that even us as humans, even as smart and as evolved as we are, we still don't know everything. This disease is a mystery, and still to this day, there is not any cure or whatnot, and this kind of like broke out in the 80s very prominently, and it still has not been treated to this day because doctors still don't know what it is. And this film also shows you that, yeah, life's going to have curveballs, and it's going to have these mysterious things that happen to you, and you just don't know how to cure it. Case in point, I don't ever like to bring up myself in these videos, but I have Crohn's disease, and I was struck with it when I was 19. I'm 27 now. I had no idea what it was. It's not curable right now. You can go into remission, but there's still not like that cure for it. And it's just one of those things that struck me down. It's a mystery to me on how I got it, but I have it, and I learned a lot from this film because these people, yeah, they got their ups and downs in life, but they're trying to figure it out, and they're trying to be positive and just really kind of move forward to just learn to live with it, unfortunately. And I found that to be just very heartfelt, and like I said, very positive, and it's a very good message to show people that are struggling with this that you are not alone and you can get through this. Well, like I said, we'll also still showing the history of it and really get people aware of it, and then just really have some just genuine stories of people, just trying to cope with it and try to explain people that this is not a fake disease and it's a real palpable thing, and we need to get this fixed, and we need to find a cure for it. Editing-wise, the film's about an hour and a half long. I never felt once like it dragged. It was on point in terms of the way it was edited. I never felt like any scene was wasted. It's just they put the appropriate stuff in there to let the story flow and kind of breathe and grow on its own. I love the way it starts. I love the way it ends. It's just a genuine film about this mysterious disease that needs to have more light shed on it, and this film does that. I love this film. It's a great documentary, and like I said, it reminds me of Gleason. And speaking of Gleason, I'm going to give it the same score I gave that. I'm going to give Unrest an A. So please go watch this documentary. It's a very good one, and I really hope that chronic fatigue syndrome gets some type of treatment in the future, and really can we speed up this process, please, because when you watch these people who they look like good people, and they just had an unfortunate circumstance happen to them, and they're scared, they don't know what to do, and the fact that doctors don't know what to do, it's even more frightening. So if we can just try to advance medicine even further and stuff, and try to figure out some of these conditions and try to help people out, maybe slow it down a little bit or whatever, I really hope this film does that and really kind of gets the word out. Because I also forgot to mention, also in this film, they focus on a lot of people from different countries that have this condition, and how the government and the police will take them away because they think that the parents are holding them captive, and so they're taken from their homes, and they're experimented on and like in different locations to see if they can get fixed, and they don't get fixed, and it's so stupid. I can't believe other countries are like that, but whatever. I like this film quite a bit. Please go check it out. So that will do it for this review, guys. Have you heard of Unrest, or do you want to see it or whatever? Comment in the place for my face and let me know. And that's the eighth. I'm exhausted, guys. But yeah, I'm Chase Lee, guys, reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and tune in for my continuing coverage of the 2017 Dallas International Film Festival. I will see you guys for the next one.